Yo, what is going on, you guys? It's your boy, King Sanders here. We are back with another day of sports betting. This is going to be for Tuesday, March 28th slate of NBA action. I'm super excited to dive into it. We have 6 games on the NBA slate. Hopefully, we can find some winners here. I found 3 spots that I did really want to go ahead and target. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive into it. Before we did, I did just want to go ahead and say thank you guys so much for allowing me to hit 12,000 subscribers yesterday. Truly, that does mean the absolute world to me. I truly never thought that I would even get to 10,000, so let alone, bumping all the way up to 12,000. Truly, it means so much to me. So now, the road continues. We're not going to stop here. We are now on the road to 13,000 subscribers. So if you guys are new, make sure that you guys do go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Next, I did just want to go ahead and give a quick shout out here to all of our members here on the channel. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys do. And thank you guys so much for giving such a small channel such a big chance, as I always say. It truly does mean the absolute world to me. So much more than you guys will ever know. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive into a quick recap as of yesterday. Hey, we had a profitable day. It was after 3 days that we had really bad days. We came in today and got it done. We got some profit. Hopefully we can continue that momentum, just keep things going, and have another winning day as of today. So let's go ahead and talk about the 3 plays we had. We had Kyrie under 5.5 rebounds versus the Pacers. Finishes with just 3. Obviously, I was not expecting Luka Doncic's technical foul to be rescinded and him still be able to play in that game. But regardless, since he did end up playing, of course, that was going to take some rebound opportunities away from Kyrie anyway. So I love that play, and it ended up working out. Then we had Brandon Ingram over 26.5 points versus Portland at -125. And this one ended up working out for us as well. Brandon Ingram came out of the gates hot. He had 13 points in the first quarter, and then he just kind of kept things rolling. Luckily for us, he didn't play too much going into the fourth quarter, because they were up by 30, but luckily he gets it done before that even happened. So that one ended up working out. And then we had our one loss. Devin Booker over 29.5 points versus Utah at -130. I can't even lie. I'm not even upset that I lost this bet. I'm not. But what I'm upset about is the fact of how it happened. Devin Booker had 18 points in the first quarter. And you guys can see it right up here. Finishes with 24. He scored 6 points in the last 3 quarters of this game. Now, granted, he didn't play much of the fourth because they were blowing the Utah Jazz out. But regardless, he only scored 6 points in the last 3 quarters. Otherwise, we would be bringing out the sunnies day. We'd be bringing out the shades, bringing out the brooms. But hey, it is what it is. We ended up going 2-1 on our plays. Hopefully, we can go ahead and have a 3-0 day as of today. So let's go ahead and dive into it. For our first official play of the day, we are going with Jason Tatum under 8.5 rebounds here versus the Washington Wizards at -110 odds. Now, Jason Tatum, he has been pretty good to this line here recently. He's gone under in 3 straight games, and he has also gone under in 2 straight matchups here versus the Washington Wizards, and 12 out of his 15 career games versus the Washington Wizards. So he has a great track record here for the under, especially in the rebounds category, to the Washington Wizards, and it truly does make sense. The Washington Wizards, they do allow the 3rd fewest rebounds per game to opposing power forwards, and the matchup here is versus Kristaps Porzingis. We all know that Kristaps Porzingis, he was known as the unicorn because he is 7 foot tall and he can shoot threes. So not only is Jason Tatum going to be on a guy that's a little bit bigger than him, but he is also going to be on a guy that shoots a ton of threes. He's not going to spend a whole lot of time around the rim, so I really do love the spot here. I think that when it comes to the Boston Celtics side of things, I think it is going to be a lot of their post players that are going to be doing a lot more of the rebounding, guys such as Al Horford. So I think that they're going to be getting a lot more rebounds. I just don't think it's going to be Jason Tatum today. And the Celtics are also 11-point favorites in this one. Looks like Bradley Beal is still going to be out for this game, so you never really know. The Celtics, they're not known for blowing a lot of teams out, but if they end up winning this one pretty big, we could see Jason Tatum sit too, and I think that makes it even more valuable. So I love the spot here for our first official play of the day. Jason Tatum under 8.5 rebounds here versus the Washington Wizards at -110 odds. Now for our second official play of the day, we are taking Wendell Carter Jr. over 15.5 points here versus the Memphis Grizzlies at -125 odds. Now, if you guys have been around the channel for a long time, last year, this was one of our most profitable props. Wendell Carter Jr. over in points. I loved Wendell Carter Jr. I have his jersey literally sitting right over here. I love Wendell Carter Jr., especially when he was on the Bulls. But Wendell Carter Jr. has been really good here recently. He's gone over in 7 out of his last 8 games, and I think we see a similar trend going here because the Memphis Grizzlies, despite them being a tremendous defense, ever since they have put Xavier Tillman in the lineup and they have started to run a Jaren Jackson Jr. at the 4 type of lineup, they've given up a lot of points to that center position, believe it or not. Over the last 15 games, they've allowed the 4th most points per game to that center position and the 5th most in the last 7 games. So not only have they given up a ton of points just in general to that center position, but they've also given up a lot in the last 15 and the last 7. So with that being said, they've given up a ton of points to the center position ever since they've slid Tillman into the rotation, and I think that we see a similar situation here. Wendell Carter Jr. also does average 16.2 points per game on the road this year. So as long as he does hit his average, we should be in the green. And he also did end up having 18 earlier in the year versus the Memphis Grizzlies, and I think that there's a good chance that we see another one here. So I really do love the matchup here for Wendell Carter Jr. Hopefully he hits the over for us. That is going to be our second official play of the day. Wendell Carter Jr. over 15.5 points here versus Memphis at minus 125 odds. Now for our third and final play of the day, we're going to take Fred VanVleet over 20.5 points here versus the Miami Heat at minus 120 odds. Now normally, especially against the Miami Heat, I've expressed this multiple times on the channel, they are one of the best defenses in all of basketball. There's no shock about it. You can go look at each and every individual stat when it comes to the advanced analytics. You can look at defensive efficiency, points allowed, anything. They're a tremendous defense. But he has a great track record here versus Miami. He's hit the over in 4 out of his last 5 games here versus Miami, coming close to 25 plus on each of those. I love the spot here for Fred VanVleet because as great of a defense as they are, they give up a ton of three-pointers to just teams in general. They give up a total of the second most three-pointers to opposing teams just in general and the second most three-pointers to point guards. And as we know, Fred VanVleet, he's a guy that is going to shoot a lot of threes. He averages 8.8 three-pointers attempted per game. So if he can get a couple of those to go down, like 4 of those to go down, or even 3 of those to go down, I think that Fred VanVleet is going to be in for a long night here. And he has also been really good here recently. He's kind of got the hot hand. He's at the over in 4 out of his last 5 games, and he does average more points per game at home this year. So he is in a more favorable position. The Miami Heat are going to have to travel to Toronto to be able to take on the Raptors, and it is going to be a Kyle Lowry defensive session on Fred VanVleet, and I think that he easily hits his over. So I really do love the spot here for our third and final play of the day. Fred VanVleet over 20.5 points here versus Miami at minus 120 odds. So that is going to do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys do like, comment, subscribe, turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Like I said, we are still currently on the road to 13,000 subscribers now, which is just absolutely crazy to say. But thank you guys so much for that. That's going to do it for me. This is King Sander signing out. Peace.